Why do people get so tired during a judo match if there really aren't a lot of attacks? Well, when you move your arms, your heart rate goes up. This happens. This is a natural physiological response. And from grip fighting, your heart rate goes up. I mean, hard, quick, and fast. So what happens is it's the grip fighting that makes your heart rate increase. It also makes you tired. And then every time you throw or you defend a throw, you do what's called a Valsalva maneuver. It is you press air against your epiglottis to stabilize your spine while you throw or pick something up. When you do this, pressing the air against the epiglottis also increases your heart rate. So your heart rate increases from the use of your arms, and then it increases when you do the Valsalva maneuver, and then just from the movement that you're doing when you're fighting alone utilizes oxygen. You go into somewhat of an oxygen deficit, and when you start doing that, you start breathing harder so that you can get more oxygen in to oxygenate your muscles. So this process makes you tired, along with some other physiological phenomenon that we're not going to go over right now, because this isn't a physiology book or a physiology course. But you really get tired from the grip fighting and your attack selection. So let's look at metabolic expenditure on the low level, if you will. If you try to do a seoinage and you miss, you just fall down on your face. No harm, no foul. You ball up in a turtle, you wait for the ref to call mate, calls mate, and you're done. If you're a newaza player and you do sumigaishi or tomoenage, as soon as you hit the ground, your attack is not over, because your attack fits inside of a system. So as soon as you do the tomoenage or the sumigaishi, then you're working on the ground. You're actually expending a lot more energy when you do newaza. Now, if you're in great shape and the person isn't good in newaza, then what happens is it brings a level of anxiety to the other person. When they get anxious, their heart rate also increases, and it increases the perceived fatigue that they have. So they start feeling more tired, and not only are they more tired, but they're scared. So if you find out during the match that there's a delta in terms of newaza prowess, okay? If you find out that you're better on the ground than they are, then your throw selection is such that, or your attack selection is such that you want to get to the ground. When you get to the ground, you're working so that you can capitalize off of that delta that you have in that space. Now, this can be thrown off when a referee does not give you time to work inside of that space after you've done those attacks. But usually you can eat up a lot of the chronological landscape if your attacks fit within systems and they're not just one-offs. I love the move Uchimata. I think it's an outstanding throw, but Uchimata is a one-off technique. Once you do Uchimata and you miss, there's really not it doesn't really flow into any type of newaza follow-up. I mean, it does if you do sambo, you can roll into the leg lock. It does in terms of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, you can roll into the leg lock, okay, or roll into the guard, but it doesn't have there's no connectivity to a newaza technique from Uchimata. No, none that I've found so far. So what happens is you can do throws like Uchimata and attack with no type of recompense in terms of a score and make yourself very tired. And someone can do tomoenage or sumigaishi, attack once, get you on the ground, work you over really good, drain your battery, and your Uchimata attempts on that, they're not that powerful anymore. But if you understand the landscape of a judo match, you'll know how often you should attack, how often you shouldn't, the importance of newaza utilization, and how you need to control and eat up the clock.